Hey Mike, I wanted to put this quick video together just to kind of touch on a few things that you guys can do that will help you guys out on your online presence. And also just take a look and see what your competition's doing and potentially what you could get if you were to implement some of these things. So I do realize you're a franchise, and that does give you some limitations on what you can do to your site, which is unfortunate, but if you're allowed to edit your content, that's going to be a big thing. If you can add stuff to it, it will help tremendously. And the things that you're going to want to add are specific keywords that people are searching for. So, like painter, Lexington, Kentucky, you want to have that exact phrase in here. I know it sounds funny, but most people don't actually read the content. The content is more for Google to find what your page is about and honestly try to find these keywords or phrases that people are searching for to make sure your site is relevant to that particular search. So content is king. Making sure you have good content on your page will go a long way to ranking just organically, naturally. But there are things that you can do that will help, boost that up. And the fact that you're part of a franchise, that can actually be a benefit in this case. And I'll go into that here in just a second. So I did look up painter, Lexington, Kentucky. As you can see right here, there's about 480 searches a month. This is an average taken over about a year time frame. So of course it's going to fluctuate throughout the year. At the top of the page here, you've got the ads, which is usually a good place to go if you want to get a quick influx. I know several people who've had varying degrees of success with this. It does come down to the quality of the ad and constantly changing it because it does get stale sometimes. So the next big thing is the map pack here. Over 40% of the clicks actually go to this map pack, and the map pack is just these three here. If you click more businesses, you'll find more. However, most people end up clicking just these top three. How do you rank in this map pack? Well, the number one thing is citations. A citation is your name, address, phone number, and business URL being listed in a directory. A directory is something like Yelp, Yellow Pages, White Pages, basically anywhere someone can go to get a list of businesses. So having more citations in your competition is a must if you want to rank in this map pack. The next biggest aspect in ranking in this map pack is actually ranking in the organics down here. So as you can see, my three sons, they also are ranking pretty high here. They're up higher in the map pack. So that's going to help quite a bit. It doesn't actually, the ratings do matter, but they're not the number one aspect, which is what most people would expect. The other thing is relevance to the location. So making sure people are within a reasonable distance, and Google doesn't release what that distance is, but a reasonable distance. So anyways, all right, so I did look down and I did not see you guys on the first page. That's not to worry about that. I know you were at the bottom yesterday when I looked. That's just known as the Google dance. You're going to bounce around, usually 5 to 8 spaces. So you're kind of at the bottom of the first page and top of the second, depending on the day. Most people do not go beyond the first 3 searches here. So 70 to 80% of the clicks after the 40 here. I know that math doesn't add up. 40% goes here. And then the rest of the clicks go to the top 3, and less than 1% goes to the next page. There's a running joke in my industry that the best place to hide a body is on the second page of Google. So if we take a look at my three sons painting and see what they've got going on here, it's not much more. They have a little bit more content than you guys. And the good news with that is you guys can add more content to beat them out. So the other aspect, which happens behind the scenes here, as to why a site might be able to rank more or higher than you, even though they have less content or better or not as good content, comes down to backlinks and citations. So what is a backlink? A backlink is a link from one website to another. Luckily, since you've got a franchise, you're running on a very high power domain, which is the main 360 painting, which is this domain rating here. It's out of 100. So the higher this number is, the more popular you are, basically. So these numbers are it's basically a popularity contest, like I said. The higher they are, Google's going to spend more time crawling your page and all the links that are attached to it to find more keywords and more things that people might want to find you for. So a backlink is a link from one website to another. So if you've got a news station writing an article about you and they put a link on their website to yours, that would be one backlink. And that would be a fairly powerful backlink because it's coming from a reputable source. Whereas if you got one coming from a blog that, isn't relevant, let's just say it's like a food review blog and they just so happen to write about painting once, that's not going to carry as much weight because it's not as popular. The UR is how relevant it is. So the blog about food is going to actually hurt your relevant score here. Whereas if you got a magazine specifically made for painting and they write an article on you, that's going to increase this score here. So the higher these numbers are, the better. Unfortunately, so this is a caveat here. Since you're using a franchise, this number is higher. However, you're not trying to rank this first page. You're ranking a back page back here. So your score is closer to 9 in a 9. Just something to keep in the back of your mind. So we got your competition pulled up here. Their scores are lower, but they have a lot more backlinks. The reason why this is, so their UR is higher than yours, and their DR is pretty close to what I would say yours is likely at for that specific page. In the end, I'm kind of getting in the weeds here. In the end, what you need to do is add some backlinks and citations to your site and make sure they're good quality backlinks. And what that will do is give your site, your particular page here, more power and more popularity, so Google will crawl it more often so that you can push up past these guys. You're right there on the cusp, and it'd be very easy to do with just a little bit of work and some maintenance, and it'll go a long way. Anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Always happy to help and educate. Look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks.